Hey everyone, Claire here. I just wanted to come and record a quick meeting and video about our updates for February 2023. I think each month I think there's not that much that's changing, but then when I start to write it down on a list, there's actually a good amount that is changing or just updates, things I want to make sure all of you are aware of. I try to write these things in emails, but I know sometimes my daily emails can actually get a little bit long, and I know reading a lot is not the best way sometimes to take in information. I think being able to watch hopefully what is going to be a quick video is a good way to get an update on what to expect in February. So I'm going to share my screen because I wrote down a list. So we had our monthly meeting on the first Monday in February, which was February 6th. I'm recording this on Thursday. I do not record typically our monthly meetings because they're an hour long, and sometimes the discussion takes us in different directions. I want people to feel comfortable asking questions and not have to edit that meeting, just to give kind of the quick updates on what is important for everyone to hear about. So this is probably the process I'll do going forward. Is we'll have our monthly meeting, and then I will record a quick video afterwards with the updates and anything that comes up during those meetings that I want everyone to be aware of. So the first update I had was that our monthly meeting will be on the first Monday of each month. We used to meet on Tuesdays, and we actually are going to be starting a women's group, and that's going to be on Tuesdays because that's what worked for our schedule, where I was able to move our monthly meeting to Mondays. And I kind of like that anyways, having it on Mondays, the first day of the week, setting things up. So it will be on the first Monday of the month, and 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom, our same Zoom link that we use for everything. It will be in the daily email that day. And so you can just click on it to join. Our monthly meeting is the opportunity for me to share any updates on things, if we're starting something new or changing something up, to explain what is happening and why. And it's also the opportunity for you all to join and ask me any questions that you have. If you're a newer member, hopefully we had our consult that you get when you first join. If you didn't have that consult, let me know, because you get that as part of joining as a member, to make sure that you understand kind of how everything works. And so I can kind of show you around the membership. But even if we've had that meeting or not, you can come to the monthly meeting and ask any questions you have. Where is this? What is this? How should I incorporate this into my exercise plan? Sometimes there's a more discussion. Like this month, there was a lot of talking about kind of these updates. Some month there's only a bit of talk about the updates at the beginning of the call, and then we have a good amount of time to discuss things and answer people's questions. If there are questions that come up that I don't have a chance to answer during the call, we'll make sure to get in touch so that I can, take the time and answer those for you. But we do have people asking about things like, I'm trying to get in my aerobic high intensity exercise, and I don't know if my heart rate monitor is working properly. And, we can talk about those things in our monthly meeting. So it is the opportunity really to talk about anything and everything related to our membership, to exercise, the things that are going on. It's a place, if you have any suggestions, feedback, ideas, please join. I would love to hear them. You can send those things to me over email, and I will do my best to get to all of that and respond to you. If any of you who have emailed me recently knows I'm behind right now. Jamie is coming back from maternity leave. We're getting everything settled. We're hiring a floor manager. So I will soon be able to share some of the responsibilities that I've been doing on a daily basis, and have more time to actually be on my email and respond to emails. So it's pretty busy around here with our online classes and things that are happening in the gym. And, as a physical therapist, being on my computer and on email is not necessarily my favorite part. So that is something that I am a little bad about and procrastinating on, but I have a goal to do better and, make sure that I'm on there responding on, hopefully within 24 hours, whenever possible. And to anyone I haven't responded, I truly apologize, and I'm working on getting better. So that's our monthly meeting, though, is for anything that is coming up or that we want to talk about. Next update is that Jamie is back from maternity leave. For any of you who have been a member longer than 3 months, you probably remember Jamie. But if you're a member who has joined in the past 2 to 3 months or 1 to 3 months, you may not know Jamie yet. She is a physical therapist, and she's actually the physical therapist who's been working with me the longest now. It was her 3-year anniversary on Tuesday when she came back to come back to her 3-day week schedule. So she's been with us for 3 years. She's going to be teaching online classes on Tuesday, power moves and boxing, the Wednesday cardio online. And she is awesome, brings lots of fun energy. and just had a baby girl. So we're super excited to have her back. And it's fun to hear the updates about her exciting life now with 2 little ones instead of just one. With Jamie coming back, our schedule is shifting a bit in terms of who's teaching what classes. The main shift is that Jamie's taking over Tuesdays, and then Al, who previously taught Tuesdays, power moves and boxing, and then only boxing, and then I took over boxing from him. He will be coming on Wednesdays to teach the 9 a.m. class, which was previously power moves plus strength, and the hit with small equipment class. The updates there, though, are that we actually are changing the format for the power moves and strength class to provide more structure and progression with regards to the strengthening aspect. So couple Fridays ago, I think it was the last Friday of January, I did our educational meeting. So we also have a monthly educational meeting, which is on a specific topic. So the one for January was on the updated exercise guidelines put together by the Parkinson Foundation. And I feel like we have those guidelines covered really well with regards to aerobic exercise, flexibility, balance, skill training, all of those areas. But when it came to strengthening for our online classes, I didn't feel like that was addressed as well as I wanted it to be. There certainly is strengthening in power moves. There is some strengthening in hit, in boxing, and we have some recorded sections in the strength video library with the title tank and one that is more body weight strengthening. So we do have options in the video library, but I wanted one of our live classes each week to focus more on strengthening. And to work on strengthening, it can't just be random. We can't be doing different strength exercises every class or every week. We really have to kind of pick specific exercises and then progress them over time. We have different ways we can progress. We can progress with the number of repetitions we do, with the number of sets we do, with adding weight or other challenges, or just kind of adjusting our body position. But I did want to have more structure and ability to progress those exercises. So Al taught the first class yesterday on Wednesday. That is our new functional strength class. It will still have power moves as a warm-up and a cool down, but the middle section that will probably be a good 30 to 40 minutes will be strength training. We teach an in-person circuit strength training class. And what we have done is taken some of the kind of classic weightlifting movements, such as squat, hip hinge, deadlift, a twist, carries. So there are specific types of exercises that are used in programming at gyms that really focus on strength training kind of as their primary focus. So we are going to follow kind of that outline and come up with exercises that can be done from home with minimal equipment. We're going to keep the exercises the same ones for 8 weeks, because to truly build strength, it takes 6 to 8 weeks of training. And that's honestly just kind of the beginning of getting stronger. So we want to keep the exercises the same so you get really familiar with them. That will allow us actually to move through them faster, which is another way that we can progress them over time as well. And that will give us more time for our power moves at the beginning and end. So the first class of any series of strength training will be more explanation. And then each week we'll be progressing the exercises in different ways. We may not progress every single exercise every single week, but throughout the 8 weeks, things will progress, and you should really feel that you can do things better, that you're stronger. If you go back to the first class, you'll realize, wow, I've really gotten strong compared to that first one. If you are joining, and I'll probably actually put on in our daily email kind of what week we are in the series. You can join the functional strength class anytime. If you find that you join the class, though, and it feels like it's moving a little too fast or it's too challenging for you, what I'd recommend doing is going to the video library to week 1 of that series, start there, get a little bit more of an introduction, and then come back to join live. Or you also could focus on other classes and then join, when the next series starts, you could join at class 1. So this is different than how we do really any of our other classes, but I do think it is something that we're really excited to do differently and do better. And it kind of needs to have a little bit of a different structure when it comes to strengthening. So we are open to feedback and ideas about this as well. So far from the class yesterday, we got positive feedback. So I was very excited to hear that. And I'm excited to see how it goes. We will continue to make tweaks and adjust the class as things go forward. So this is a functional strength class, Wednesdays at 9 a.m. Then the other things, and if you can hear that noise in the background, Maya way back there is on our therapy mat. Many of you who have been members with us for a long time might remember that when we first started, Maya was loose because we were here by ourselves at Rogue. There were no other members. So Maya was here with me. She was loose. She would, come up to me during class. We had some funny moments where she would get like into a downward dog with me. But now she doesn't really get to join in classes as often, which is a little sad. But next update, Friday, February 17th, will be our next monthly educational meeting. It will be at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time, 2:30 p.m. Eastern time on Zoom. I had two options for the topics that I wanted to cover this month. There were a lot of questions about nutrition. So we've decided that nutrition is the topic we will cover in February. And then reactive balance likely will be what we cover in March. Although we'll see, we also have a couple students with us who are going to be potentially putting together presentations to share with all of you. So we kind of will, adjust the timing and which topics we cover each month based on some of those factors. But nutrition will be the topic this month. So if you have any questions regarding nutrition, feel free to send them to me. We have one nutrition lecture in our educational meeting section already that I did, I think about 2 years ago, but I do cover some of the research that exists, some of the recommendations, but we will be doing a part 2 for that, updates and answering, kind of some of the real life specific questions that all of you have. So I look forward to that. Put that on your calendar so if you can attend live, if at all possible, so you have the opportunity to ask questions there. Otherwise, that meeting will be recorded and will be put in the video library. In terms of this month and holidays, it is President's Day on February 20th. We will be open. We only close for major holidays, Memorial Day, Labor Day, July 4th, if it happens on a weekday. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. We are closed for the week between Christmas and New Year's, but that is a long way off currently. But I just want to make sure everybody knows that even though it's a holiday, we will be here and we will celebrate with exercise. We are also considering a group exercise coaching program. So this was another thing that came up in the meeting. We have applied for grants from the Parkinson Foundation for the past 3 years to cover starting new and different programs. And we just applied for the upcoming year. It was due at the end of January. And one thing we applied for was to do with some individual coaching with people to really help people get started, follow through with exercise. There really is a difference between us teaching classes and doing the exercise with you compared to helping you really determine an exercise program, make adjustments to that exercise program, fill any gaps in the exercise program. That is something we kind of have to sit down and talk about. That's different than just doing the exercise together. So we're thinking of, with online, potentially actually doing group exercise coaching. We probably would do it for a, specific amount of time and potentially might limit to a certain number of people, like 8 or 10 people at a time, so that we make sure we really can answer everybody's questions. But there is a lot of, a lot of people have the same questions. So we could, get together in a group and be able to answer multiple people's questions at the same time. So that's something we're considering. If that is something that is of interest to you, please let me know. And I feel confident that it's something that's going to happen. It's just a matter of exactly when and exactly what it looks like. Something that we will for sure be starting is a women's empowerment series starting in March. So this is part of our grant that we had applied for last year. The Parkinson Foundation, when you're applying for grants, they have underserved groups that they would like us to specifically develop programs for. And women who have Parkinson's are an underserved group. There are differences in symptoms that women experience. There's differences in their experience in the healthcare system and how medications affect them and things with regards to hormones in different periods of our lives. So we wanted to provide a workshop series to, help kind of educate, bring some of these things to light, provide an opportunity for discussion. So that women's empowerment series, I'm going to click out of this and go over to that handout. Let me stop this share real quick and get to that meeting. I should have had that pulled up before I started, but I didn't. So it'll just take me a second to find it. So for the women's workshop, we are going to have, where is it? It is, there we go. So we are going to have one in person at Rogue and then one online on Zoom. So for any of our in-person members, if you are watching this, and you want to come and attend live in person, you would want to register for that one. For anyone who would like to join online on Zoom, whether you're an online member and coming in person isn't an option, or if you live locally, but it's more convenient to join online on Zoom, that is totally fine. So we want to talk about kind of what these unmet needs are, what some of the differences are. We are going to talk about psychosocial factors, pain and pelvic floor function, self-advocacy techniques, health visit planning. The format of the meetings will be large and small group discussions. We'll have some guest speakers, Q&A sessions, and we'll have presentation notes and handouts. So kind of our plan for each meeting is that we'll meet together and present some content, and then we'll likely do breakout groups. So whether we're in person, we'll kind of have people organized at a table to chat with each other, or online, we'll do breakout groups in Zoom. So that you can talk with, 4 or 5 women, and we'll potentially have some prompts in terms of things to talk about, or you may just, from the topic, or, you may have things you're ready to talk about right away. So in person, we're going to do a 4 meeting series for each, the in-person and online. They are separate, and it's going to meet every other week. So a total time of 8 weeks. The meetings are always going to be on Tuesday afternoons at 1 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Eastern time. And we are starting on March 7th for in-person. It'll be March 7th, 21st, 4th, and 18th. Online on Zoom, we will meet on Tuesday, March 14th, then the 28th, 11th, and 25th. To register, basically, you will click on, I'm going to send this out in the daily email again, and I may even put the links below this YouTube video. We'll see what the best way is to get it to you. But if you're interested in participating, I will definitely send this out in today's email so you can go to this, and then I will likely post something along with this YouTube video. So if you're watching it later, you'd be able to click on these links. We ask that if you do register, you would be able to attend all 4 meetings. We really want everyone who attends to get to know each other. We want the content to build. So we would like for everyone to be able to join all 4 meetings. Obviously, if something comes up, we totally understand. You're not making any major commitment, but we would like you to be able to join all 4. If you're not able to make it this time based on the schedule, the days, let us know if you're interested, because we likely will do this again. And it would be helpful to hear, is it something about the timing or the schedule that doesn't work? So we are open to ideas and feedback from all of you. And yeah, I'm excited to give you all the details. So we just wanted to get you this information ahead of time so you could save the days and times for this and participate if you are interested. So I think those are all the updates that I had. So please let me know if you have any questions, any ideas, things that you want to see in the membership. We are open to hearing about that always. And yeah, I'm going to end this meeting though, because I didn't want to talk for too long, and I know that was already a lot. So let me know if you have any questions, send me an email, and I hope you have a great day.